A very good morning to you. Brand new day God has given us. It's Thursday. Sequoia Clinic, the relationship clinic. My name is James Okumu. So glad you took the time to hook up with us today. Bench tumeweka hapo nje na tumesafisha. Iko safi kabisa. Sanitize. And we are here. And very interesting discussion we want to have today. I'm sure if a good number of us would be honest with ourselves, it's a situation we found ourselves in. So here you are, you're happily married. You know, it's not like you're looking for greener pastures out there, you know, but you suddenly find yourself getting attracted to somebody. Maybe it's at the office, maybe it's in church, you know, somebody you're always crossing paths with, and you kind of find yourself getting attracted to them. Now, you're not having an affair with them, you're not out to cheat, you just find, okay, it seems like I'm getting attracted to somebody. How do you handle that situation before it gets out of hand? That's what we want to look at today as we talk about fatal attraction. You're happily married, but you find yourself getting attracted to someone else. And I already have quite a number of people responding to this discussion, especially on social media, and all sorts of answers. But I want to hear from you first before I sample some of the comments that are coming in from different individuals. Here you are, you're married, happily married, but you find yourself attracted to somebody else. How do you nip it in the bud? How you deal with that situation? Talk to me on 20316, WhatsApp number 0786 316 316. I've got an amazing guest who will be joining us shortly as we dig deeper into this discussion. And also, if you have questions, kuna swali ingine hapa imeulizwa ni ngumu sana, we'll get to it later. If you have questions regarding this whole issue, talk to me on 20316, WhatsApp 0786 316 316. Relationship Clinic. My name is James Okumu. So glad you took the time to hook up with us today. We're going to be having a very interesting discussion. In studio with us via Zoom, Pastor Daniel Nyundo, Mchungaji, marriage counselor. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to see you.
It's good to see you. Today is hammer time. Hammer time.
Today is hammer day.
Karibu sana. So we have a very interesting topic, and interesting comments are coming through. You're married, happily married, but you suddenly find out you're getting attracted to somebody else. I find that this is something we don't talk a lot about, but it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does happen quite a lot. And in fact, when I saw the topic we're discussing today, I was a bit excited because it's something very rare. These are the hidden secrets watu tunaweka huku chini chini.
Yes.
Vitu unakanyagia chini.
Yeah.
But this is reality. It's something that is very human. And the more we talk about it, the more we're able to, know how to deal with it and how to encounter it when it comes, because it shall come. It will come.
It will come.
Yes,
the issue is how you deal with it, because the moment you make a confession that you find somebody else attractive, immediately the title put on you is that now you're a cheater, where you're unfaithful, you are this and this and this and this. And so when things like this happen, tunaweka tu kwa mfuko chini ya maji. Somebody said you pray and you take Piriton. So where do we begin with this kind of a scenario?
Yes, sir. Sorry, come again. I'm
saying, where do we begin in this kind of a scenario? Here you are, you're a husband or you're a wife, and you suddenly find, okay, it seems like I'm getting attracted to so and so. It's not that I'm looking for somebody to have an affair with, but it seems like for some reason I'm getting attracted to them.
Yeah.
Where do you begin? How do you deal with this kind of a situation?
Okay, that's a good question. Now, as we've said, these things happen, and especially in marriage. Now we need to understand that attraction is very strong at the early stages. When two people are getting together, that is when attraction is at its highest. And normally this is due to mystery. There's a lot of mystery in the beginning stages.
Yes.
There's a lot of, how can I say it? Hiyo kutaka kujua, this person is not really known to you. The desire, the curiosity is there. And curiosity really burns the light of attraction. So when you get to a stage when you're in marriage and you find yourself, macho zimeanza kutembea kidogo. Number one, it is good to accept within yourself and tell yourself there's a situation here that is going on. You know, many people try to sweep it under the carpet. So unapata mtu, something is happening and you're oblivious to it. And like you're saying, once that happens, when seeds are planted, this thing tends to grow. Attraction is very tricky.
Yeah.
Kwanza in the section of where in the marriage setup, because it grows slowly. It's planted like a seed, you know. And if you don't address it early on, it keeps on growing. It keeps on growing, and eventually it might end up to something happen.
Yes.
So the best thing is to acknowledge it. I would say the second part is probably if you have maybe a friend, somebody that you trust, somebody that whom you can speak to. You can also share with somebody, because these things also need accountability. Never trust yourself. When you're dealing with the issues of emotion, passion, na nini, Pastor Jemo usikajidanganye that these things utahandle peke yako.
Yes.
If you have a good friend, somebody who you can talk to, and you can just mention to them, by the way, there's this situation that is happening, and I'm feeling some kind of way. There's some two feelings in I feel, and I'm not too sure how to place them. And also, it's also good to take a look at your marriage, have an understanding, take an evaluation, because the minute you start looking outside or you start feeling something outside, it's an indicator that there's something within the marriage. There's something wrong within the marriage.
In fact,
it's also good to take a step back.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the question I was going to ask you. That you know what, because I think it's important to understand. Okay, why is this happening? Because if you don't understand why it's happening, then you will not really be able to deal with it. So, you know, why would that happen? Is it because there's something, kuna vitamins huku kugine hazipatikani, zinapatikana pande hii?
kuna marasmus mahali.
Huyu yuko na aloe vera na huyu hakuagi na aloe vera.
Ni kweli, by the way, we have to, you know, get into the depth of that. It's good kujiuliza, kwa sababu the moment that you start looking outside, it's an indicator there's something wrong. And like I was saying, normally attraction inakuwa very powerful in the beginning stages. So when guys are dating, when guys are taking each other out, attraction is very, very strong. And the thing we need to realize is that as we go into marriage, commitment, responsibility are killers of romance. The minute we start now thinking about tutafanya nini, tutapanga hii kitu aje, tutadeal na hizi vitu aje, there's something about responsibility and commitment that takes front stage to romance. So when you're not able to understand hapo, usiposhikanisha vizuri, that it is a stage, it is a transition, there's a way that you need to work about it. If you're not mature, strong enough to deal with it, utajipata sasa macho inatembea nje. Because now when there is responsibility, sasa hapa haiwezi kwa all the time we are going out, we are doing this, you know, it's always intrigue. What is the next thrill? What is the next? But now, you know, we are down to serious business. So it's good to take a look at it in your marriage. Now we are tunapanga vitu. Maybe we want to have children. Maybe we want to do a business or something. Maybe things are not going on too well. You know, we are having struggles here and there. We are not getting along too well, because marriage is building. Pastor Jemo, watu wanajidanganya hii ni kukuja, we are having fun and all that. No, it's a building process, you know. And building is not easy. There are times lazima ubebe mawe upande 7th floor. Kuna wakati mwingine simiti haitoshi. Kuna wakati mwingine unajua mchanga lazima utafuta the right mchanga, you know. So si ile mali tu unaona nyumba imesimama, but there's a lot of building, and in this building attraction may be lost a bit, and you may find yourself being attracted to somebody else. The last thing I'd like to say on that is it's easier to get attracted to somebody you don't know.
Yes, very true.
When you're dealing with somebody who haujui the how can I say 100% of them.
You always see them in their Sunday best
face. Bas ile smile unapigiwa unasema kweli. Kuna smiles kwa hii dunia. Unaona jamaa amesimama pale, labda ni mtu kama Pastor Jemo, mandevu amekemtu vizuri kabisa. Jamaa ametoka amechomoka baba. So you're looking at that and you know you're feeling yes. But there are layers to people. Once you get to know somebody properly, once you get to know flaws, to love somebody you have to know them in and out. Always kasema tu unapenda mtu based on one aspect, but you need to know this person in and out, the good and the bad. And mostly attraction outside is based on one dimension. You're just looking at how somebody is looking, and also your emotions, maybe like in the marriage. So it's pushing you.
Yes.
Bani Pastor Jemo, Madam Smile Hatoi ban. So outside there, when you see her smiling, it does something to you. But there are so many layers to marriage. And there's so many layers to being together. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, Pastor Daniel, is there a difference between finding somebody attractive and being attracted to somebody?
Very, very big difference. You can look at something and the aesthetics of it are good. You know, the presentation is good, and you can appreciate. You know, you can be open and say, hey, by the way, that person, yes, ameweza. But now when it gets to being attracted to somebody, now that gives you or puts you in a place where now you're being drawn to make certain movements. You know, it's pushing you to a certain place. You understand? When you're that attraction grows. Attraction causes it's like something causing a chemical reaction within you. So once you can appreciate something that is attractive. But if you're attracted to something and you don't deal with it, it's magnetic. You'll find yourself being drawn to it slowly. If you don't deal with it, kidogo, you find yourself a subtle hello, a subtle, how are you doing? Subtle coffee. So it keeps on progressing. If you don't deal with it, because Pastor Jemo, the Bible says that we live. Man leaves the parents, and is joined to the wife, and they become one. That one signifies unity. Once you're in marriage, there is no space to deal with anything else. So you need to be very careful when you're attracted to something. You need to really nip it in the bud. You need to address it really quickly before it progresses to something else.
Okay, great. This one is a comment question. It says, good morning. I really like today's topic. Hapo nimewapatia 10 over 10 because it happens a lot. I recently learned of a couple who are in an open marriage. On inquiring, they said that was their way of dealing with fatal attraction and remaining happy. Afterwards, I learned most young married couples are doing it. Please talk about that. I see you will address that shortly. We are talking about fatal attraction. You're happily married, but you're attracted to somebody else. How do you deal with that? That's what we are looking at.
You're attracted or distracted?
You're distracted. I like that one. You're distracted by somebody else. Inaitwa chida ya chingo. Chida, I have got my neck is
neck issues.
It needs to come back to this side. If you have questions, throw them my way via SMS 20316 SMS line. WhatsApp number 0786 316 316. It is hammer time today on the relationship clinic. Comments coming in. Pasi, before you talk about that open relationship thing, Ebu tuchanue hapa.
Yes, sir.
Because a good number of people are saying this, that, being happily married and finding somebody else attractive, those two things cannot be in the same sentence. If you're finding somebody else attractive, it means you're not happily married. Is that a truth?
I think, like we were saying before, there's a difference between finding somebody attractive and being attracted to somebody. I think we need the English literature guys to give us the dimensions on it. But to my understanding, it's the way you can see something. A car is attractive, and you like it, but you don't necessarily want it. You can see a lady or man and they're well put together, and you can appreciate and say, okay, fine, that, but I don't want anything to do with it. So I think there is a difference between that. There's where you can find something attractive. This thing is beautiful. This thing is nice. That person is, looking good. You can see somebody, a lady in a dress, and even with when you're together with your wife, and you can tell her, by the way, she's dressed well. I don't know. There's those dimensions of liberty and freedom where you can speak. And another thing, Pastor Jemo, when you get to those levels, it liberates you.
Very true.
Instead of being at a point where unaona kitu na unajifungia, then it starts building. If there is that openness where you can say, your wife can tell you, by the way, like this once, my wife was working out in the gymnasium, Matizi na nini, and the instructor there was well put together, and she came and told me, by the way, my friend, nimeona mtu leo akona mwili kama but you see now that gives me comfort in knowing that she's open enough to share that with me. You know, there is security in that. It doesn't mean that she's interested in that.
But also that tells me
something that
tells me that tells me, Pastor Daniel, that you are secure in your relationship, and your wife is also secure in this relationship. That sharing something like that does not lead you to question her commitment to you or her love for you. That is settled in your heart. And so you're able to have these conversations. Because I remember, I know you know the Achokis. You know the Achokis, right? Yeah. The Achokis, I hosted the Achokis one time, and this thing came up in a conversation, and they shared exactly the same thing. You know, Mrs. Grace Achoki was saying how one time, Pastor yuko huko busy na ministry na kuna garden hapa. Akamwambia, unajua kuna garden hapa na ameumbwa na akaumbika. You know, and they laughed about it, but they were able to talk about the situation. I'm just wondering how many couples are able to get to that place where their communication is at that level, where they can be naked and not ashamed, and the relationship doesn't feel threatened because you saw somebody else as being attractive.
Yes, it's in fact it's a dimension in relationship. When you can get to that place, it liberates you. You know, instead of umekaa pale kuna kitu inakusumbua. And again, also it could be a signal. Maybe somebody sending you an early signal. Hey, pay attention or do something. You know, it's this thing, Pastor Jemo, is a day by day issue. Never lie to yourself that you come into a relationship and just be stagnant and things will happen. Tunaenda tukichongana. If we can communicate, it's very liberating. I would love for couples to get to a point where when there's an issue, the husband and the wife can be free enough to go and share with the other, you know, I'm going through this, or this is happening, and we can discuss about it, knowing that we are human beings. You know, there are certain issues that are there that we can be able to address together. Because like I said before, this issue of being maybe unasikia shingo kidogo inatembea upande, it needs two or more people to deal with it. You can never deal with it alone.
Very true.
Once it's like kuna hii kitu unaonaga kwa movies, sijui kama ni kweli, it's called quicksand. I know you've seen people who get into mud, and I hear when you struggle with that mud, the deeper you enter.
The more you struggle, the more
so you need a helping hand that can be able to draw you out. And the issues of attraction, and you know, attraction is very emotional, and once the emotions come to play, it's a very tricky place, Pastor Jemo.
Very true. You know, one time my wife told me, hey, have you noticed that anytime we drive by some ladies, you hata si side mirror,
you pause a bit.
And I said, what do you mean? Me, man of God, me, the anointed one. No. Until the next time it happened, and I found myself, and she was just there looking at me like, I told you. Hey, where? Lay hands on this neck, Heavenly Father, and this mind and these eyes. Hallelujah.
Let us join forces.
Lazima mfanya collab hapo. Let's go back to the open relationship thing. Hii open relationship ndio gani? Hebu tuambie.
Okay, kulingana na vile nimesikia fununu humu nje. I hear it has come to a point where people in marriage wamefika mahali ambapo now they allow each other to see other people outside the marriage.
Oh my goodness.
For example, if it's the wife, she's allowed to, you know, date and have relations with a gentleman outside the relationship, the marriage. If it's a man, he's allowed to have relationship with a lady or ladies outside the relationship. And now it's not an affair, it's not cheating, but it's open, it's known to both of them.
Oh, it's open cheating.
An agreement.
It's open cheating. Oh my goodness.
It's legal cheating. I don't know if that's there's a word they call there's an English word nimesahau where there is irony. It's legal cheating.
Oh my goodness.
This is known to the couple, and they're okay with it. In fact, some couples have had take the liberty of choosing for the spouse whom they will be.
Oh, they choose for you.
Yes.
The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar.
He is. These tactics that are being used. You know, it's such. It's almost like witchcraft. You know, it's like certain altars that are being built.
Very true.
You know, and sacrifices are being offered, and people think it's just that fun and being, pushing this thing to the next level, but you're actually entangling yourself.
Listen to this comment. This one says, our spouses don't come in full package, having everything complete. So sometimes you may be attracted to someone else, but the key is to put boundaries once you realize it. It may be someone you always talk to at the office, or someone that you always covers you up or has your back at the office or school, or someone who counsels you when you are down and broken, and maybe your spouse doesn't have the grace to counsel you. What's your response to that? Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. And like I'm saying, this thing about marriage, I don't know how we'll shout it loud and get it into our systems. This thing is very technical. Like the viewer, the listener is saying, you don't get an entire package. You may get this and it's lacking this. You may get that and it's lacking this other thing. So one of the things that we need to be able to do is deal with compromise. What am I getting? And understand that physicality is in the beginning stages. I don't know how well I can put this. That attraction to the physicality is strong in the beginning stages. But to sustain a marriage, there are certain values that you need that you may not get in that attraction that you're looking for. Attraction is the spark. Unaona vile unakisha gas ama nini. Attraction niyo kibiriti. That matchstick will not be able to cook. It can only start the fire. But you need the kuni, ama the charcoal, the gas to continue cooking the food. So when you're physically attracted to somebody, you may be, by the way, head over heels. You're blown away. But when you get there, there's no substance, there's no depth, there's no character, there's no resilience. You may look at some, by the way, I normally counsel young guys and I tell them, by the way, that person that unaona mtu hajatosha maji, you can be surprised when you sit down and talk to that person and start forging a relationship and understand this person beyond what they look like or how they seem. There's a certain depth within them, because that depth is what carries now the relationship. This thing is a journey, Pastor Jemo. It's a journey, yes, sir.
Very true. I love that, the depth. There's the lie where you find somebody else attractive. Let's take an office scenario, because now at the office, you're spending time with this person every day. Whether you're meeting at the photocopier or you're meeting at the coffee maker, whether you are desk mates, you share a cubicle, whatever it is. So you find yourself spending a lot of time together because you work together, and sometimes I think the lie is for you to get to that place where you are so blinded by this spark, it evokes so much emotion, you begin to convince yourself you married the wrong person. Because now this one is exciting. Huyu anajua story ya Man U. My wife uko home hata ajui FC Leopards na God na difference. Ajui kama Man U ni ya basketball ama ni ya hockey. But this one, this one can be the team manager of Man U. She knows everything. When we sit down and have conversations, sometimes even over lunchtime, tunastukia haya ni saa 8:30 turudi kwa ofisi. And so because you have that one, you feel like this other one was a mistake. Tuongeleshe on that part, because
hiyo ni kweli, Pastor Jemo. Na hapo pia vile umesema, one of the number one causes of attraction is proximity. And yes, and that's what you're talking about. When you're in each other's space a lot, there's that proximity, and you're with that person, and that person is understanding. And the second thing is reciprocity. Exactly. Hiyo umesema. Si ile nimesema. Hiyo umesema.
Yes.
Ulimi unataka kujiuma. So this is when the other person, ukitupa story ya Man U, naye anajua kurudisha. You get. Whatever you throw, the person is, ako sawa, ako on point, anajua vile kurudisha. And when you get in that space, sasa hapo emotions zinaanza kukorogwa and you feel yourself being drawn away. But most of the times it's how can I call it? It's not reality. Maybe this person also is coming from a place where they're dealing with issues. So that space that has been created, that atmosphere, is a good atmosphere. Pia anatoa stress hapo, you know. Pia ana feel good in that situation. So like you're saying, it's not a place kujidanganya. Okay, I got married the wrong one.
Yeah.
You will enter there, my friend, you will be so disappointed because also this person could be running away from issues and they're finding a safe place in the workplace. And again, also to advise on that, when you find yourself in such circumstances, reduce the what did we say, the availability, that proximity,
yeah.
And also, yes, when you notice we're always together and there's a vibe nanini, try and avoid it. You know, try and avoid such situations where you're too close to somebody. And another thing I find that, Pastor Jomo, when something happens, if the first person you don't call is your wife, una shida.
Ooh, iko chida.
Something silly.
Yes.
Iko shida. Whether it's something silly, something irrelevant, something that is just by the way, we need to tune ourselves where the first person that you call is your wife.
It's your wife.
That's your friend. And in marriage, and I want to encourage, by the way, guys, in marriage, by the way, what's in it to marafiki, but create friendship. Stone face yani pesa, money will come, money will go. Responsibilities will be there forever.
Yes.
These things will never end. But friendship, create friendship.
Yeah.
Because at times we create an open channel, a through pass. Huyu jamaa akienda kazini akiona tu kitu yoyote amesharukia.
Oh my goodness.
We could have done something about it. Yeah.
Very true. There's a question here we'll answer shortly. This one is anatupeleka before marriage. Anasema, my question is, what happens when you are just on the verge of getting married but you're attracted to somebody else? How do you deal with that? We'll talk about that shortly. If you have any questions for us this morning, 20316 is the SMS line. WhatsApp number 0786 316 360. It is the Relationship Clinic. Fatal attraction is what we're talking about. You're married happily, but you find yourself getting attracted to somebody else. How do you deal with that situation? Your thoughts and questions are coming in via SMS. 20316 SMS line. WhatsApp number 0786 316 316. This one says, sometimes attraction doesn't start as a spark. Sometimes it builds up kidogo kidogo because of the closeness. The closeness brings in that attraction. And then I have another comment here. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody's saying, me, I'm in a weird dilemma. I'm in love with someone, but I'm not sexually attracted to her, and that is really affecting me. Maybe, Pasi, you'll handle that later. But first, let's go to this one. What happens when you're just on the verge of getting married, but you are attracted to someone else? Pastor Nyundo is with us today. Today, it's Hammer time. So, Pasi, how do you deal with this situation?
Yes, sir. Oh, my God. You listen, the mind the attraction now. If there are other values that are there that you can build upon, I would suggest to build upon them. When you get into marriage, the issues of romance, you have to be very deliberate about them. If it means kupanga dates, if it means, changing the way you guys dress, and it has to be both of you, Pastor.
Both of you.
Usitupe lawama uambie mtu you. No, it's when it's the safest way to make changes in marriage when you talk about we, not you. So if it takes what is the word? It takes deliberate action.
Yeah. It
takes affirmative action. Some things, if there are values there, that you can work up on. If the person is good, if the person has good character, if the person is is given to your vision, if the person is, can you imagine being with somebody who, yes, you're sexually attracted to them, but they offer nothing?
Yeah,
it's just that.
Yeah.
And as we said, these things, easy to emotions, they are good and they are needed in marriage. They are glue. They are, the small things that tie things together, but they are not lasting on their own. So I'd advise the guy, just try and work it out. Be creative about it.
Okay.
If you change the way you guys are dressing, change it, look at it, address it. What could it be? And try and find a solution from there. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
What about this other one who says they are on the verge? What happens when you're on the verge of getting married, but you discover you're attracted to somebody else? Ulituita pre-wedding, tukakula, tukachanga pesa, umeprint kadi, nguo ilinunuliwa, and then you're telling us you're attracted to somebody else. Where?
No, kwanza tutakuchapa. Kwanza utakula kichapo kidogo. Okay, like I said, hii kitu ni decision pasi.
Yeah.
Hii kitu ni decision. Kingo utageuza paka iende 360
Very true.
If it's all about the neck going round and you're seeing this one, you're seeing that one, you're seeing this one, you will never settle. Hii kitu ni kukua mwanaume na kukataa na kitu.
Yeah.
If it's here, it's here.
It's
you
here.
know? Again, also the positive thing about that, what I would say, kama imefika hapo, if there are issues with the first person that you've noted, red flags that are actually there, na si zile za kujiwekea, hapo tutakubali. Na ukuje utuambia kwamba by the way this lady kuna issues, financial issues, in terms of finances are being an issue, and issues that are there. You know, if it's something like that, hiyo tutakubali. Lakini maneno ya attraction pasi jemo, then utatuambia sasa huyu after 2 weeks utuambia by the way wase nimeona mwingine, tulieni kwanza kwa huyo. It will never end.
Very true. In fact, you've brought up an issue that I was going to ask. Since you've brought it up, maybe we can look at it, because, you know, you can find there's somebody who, they're always getting attracted to somebody else, you know. It's like, Kwani, you know, okay, see, it's not like I'm doing anything with them. It's not like, but that's always the story. You're always being attracted to somebody else over and over and over again. Hapo kuna shida, si ndio?
Kuna shida kubwa sana. Hiyo kitu ya attraction tu ni how can I say? Ni kama kutaka kukula ice cream.
Yeah.
Ice cream bana, it will not give you all the nutrients. It's sweet. It's enjoyable in the mouth.
Yeah.
But at times you need ohusma. You need ugali to you know, to
Very
build
true.
the fundamental foundations. Unaona? So attraction is, it's like somebody was saying, like we're saying, it's a spark, you know. Pasidemo, if somebody wants to be, they can be attracted to all the women in the world.
Yeah.
You will get different features from all of them, and you will be attracted to this one, that one. Inafika mahali ukipata mtu, attraction is just a beginning. Yes, there has to be that chemistry. But behind that chemistry, what is there? Is there anything behind that?
Yes.
So you make a decision and you keep to one thing and build on it. Usikatusumbue bwana. Hii kuwa attracted kwa kila mtu bwana. Tunachoka bwana.
Every other week, wow, majama. Sasa nimepata.
Every other week bwana.
This one was created on Sunday afternoon when the sun was shining and God was in a good mood. And then a month later, my friends, this one was created, it was on a Sunday afternoon and it was Christmas Day, my friend. Yeah. No, we can't.
Christmas. What a gift.
We can't live like that. There's something very foundational and very important, Pasi, that you've said. And it's about that getting to that place where you have made a decision. And I think that's very important for us to talk about, because the reality is, and the truth is, even with all the SMSs that are coming in, that we will see people. We will see people we are attracted to. You know, sometimes we will even find ourselves in a place where, man, this is so tempting. But the thing is, what did I decide?
Yes.
What vows did I make?
My God.
What did I say? You know, am I able, even if the other one is better, let's even give her that she's better in all manner of ways. But what did I commit to? What did I commit to? What decision did I make? Because I think as a man, then I need to be the kind of man who makes a decision and stands by it.
Exactly. One of the things that even as I was taking a look at this topic, one of the things that we need to really build is, like you're saying, decision and self-discipline. You know, like you're saying, vitu vinaumbika, there are new things all the time. You know, the world is progressing. We're in a progressive world. What was there yesterday is not what is there today. What is there today is not what will be there tomorrow. So like you're saying, as a man, like you're saying, as a man, the most important virtue is being able to make a decision and to stand by it through thick and thin. And I always tell people, when you're getting into marriage or into a relationship, what is your vision? What are you expecting out of this? Because that will direct you. You know, what are you looking for? Are you looking to build a family? Are you looking to, establish an empire, a legacy, generations? You have to think in that mindset, Pastor Jemo. We are not getting younger. We are getting older, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you're still searching for new Leo, new Kesho, you'll be doing that till you're 90. But if you're able to make a decision now, saying this is a person, it doesn't matter if the top model or dunia ataingia, I cannot be, shaken because I am given to what is mine. Pastor Jemo, what belongs to you is the thing that you have influence. You don't have influence over any other thing, but you have influence, your domain, that which is in your domain. That is what you have influence over. And we need to be purposeful, to grow it, to expand it, make the person you're with better, make them attractive, invest in them. Attractive is not just physically, but mentally. Have you made this person better? Is your person making this person better? So we have to look at it at a broad perspective.
That whole issue of making a decision and standing by it, I find that it's becoming harder and harder, in this generation to make decisions. When we were growing up, we were told, the beautiful ones have not yet been born. I think they were born in this generation. Because everywhere you look, there are beautiful, handsome people all over the place. And one of the things I've realized is that when you have a lot of variety, it becomes hard to make decisions. And this is an issue I see a lot with the younger generation today, where this month you are with Jane, next month you're with Susan, the other month you're with Alice, the other month you're thinking, Pana, I need to look at Lorraine. And young men today are finding it hard to make decisions. I don't know what you can tell them. Make a decision and stick by it, but how do you do that?
Yes, sir. I'd like to encourage them, by the way. What you're saying is very true. And Pasi, if we want, especially for the men, if we want to make this thing, we can make it into a sport of different targets and highest scores. And, But remember, every thing that you do, every action that you take has, what do you call it? Has a kickback. What is the word? There's always that thing that comes from it.
And an equal reaction. Every action has an equal reaction.
Exactly, sir. So any action that you're taking now, don't be fooled. Kuna a bank somewhere that will release your deposit to you.
Plus interest.
So the best thing to do, plus interest. High interest, by the way. So anything that you do, be purposeful. Think about the future. Don't think just about now. Many of the young people, Pastor Jemo, are just thinking about today's thrill. Today I'm 20 and I'll be forever 20. The truth is, my friend, years in Endaga. You get yourself at certain places where you wish what I did by way back then, is affecting me now. So any action that you do, plan for the future. Think about the future. When we get into these things, especially easy to a relationship, Pastor Jemo, where people are attraction is everywhere. You damage yourself emotionally. You find yourself getting to a place where God gives you a beautiful person that you're to share your life with, but you don't have anything in your store, Pastor Jemo. There is nothing you can share because you exhausted yourself on so many things. So now you're the right person, the person who you can build with, but you have nothing to offer. So guys, please take your time. It's about decision. Ukiamua ni huyu, ni yeye. If you're not, don't get into it. Wait till the right time.
Very true. There's another aspect here. Maybe you can touch on it before we run out of time. This message from Mary in Nairobi says, another problem is when a man stops complimenting and affirming, no longer calls you beautiful, doesn't say I love you until you say it, then he says, oh, I love you too. Once a garbage collector would always speak good to me and tell me how kind and beautiful I was and how lucky my husband was to have me. I always looked forward to the next collection. My friend, I thank God that I shared Jesus with him. Garbage man anamwambia, uko sawa.
Sorry, just come.
This lady is saying...
I didn't get the question well.
Okay, this lady is saying that another problem is when the man stops complimenting and affirming the wife. You no longer tell her that she's beautiful. You don't tell her you love you until she tells you she loves you. Then you say, oh, I love you too. And then she shares a story here. She says that once a garbage collector would always speak good to her, telling her how kind and beautiful she was and how lucky her husband was to have her. And she says it got to a place she was always looking forward to the next time the garbage would be collected, because Mr. Garbage Man atakuja na ma lyrics, man, atakuja na mistari.
Ako na mistari, my friend.
Oh my goodness, friend, but that is real.
It's tough out here.
Yeah.
So Pasi, hii kitu ni kweli. Na I think by the way, ndio nilikuwa nasema, guys in marriage, let's be friends. Let's cultivate friendship. You know, the place where, you know, the small things that we used to do.
Yeah.
You know, sasa you imagine mtu ametoka kule nje, ameona ile kitu mzuri uko nayo, you are in the house, you don't even notice, you don't even care, you don't even give the time, you don't, you know, and sometimes it's simple things, a simple word, hata saa zingine mdanganye bwana, it may not be true, but if this thing is pushing things ahead, make up things. So let the lines of communication be open, especially in marriage. Let's not get caught up in the serious stuff peke yake. You know, we are human beings, and one of the things that this lady is talking about, nation.
Yeah.
Out within yourself, you get somebody who's coming from outside, and they are reaffirming you. You know, they're giving you that feel good. You're feeling good about yourself. But guys, let's do it in marriage. Let's style up, bana. It's not too serious to forget that. Take your person for a walk somewhere. You know, simple things. Mpeleke for a walk. Mdanganye kidogo. Let's keep that thing going. It's being purposeful in everything.
Stella says it this way. Stella says attractions will happen, but as a wife. When my husband confesses to me that he was attracted to somebody else, but he still chooses me every time, this reinforces my respect for him.
It does.
Wow.
It does.
Okay.
Honest.
Na wengine watakwambia ati who? Oh, sasa umeanza kuangalia wengine huko nje.
Nilikuwa naona.
This one is maturity, my friend. This one, you can tell. You know, just reading that SMS from Stella, you can tell they are friends. You know, you can tell they've built a friendship and a relationship to that degree where they can open up about such things, and it builds their relationship.
There's a trust issue.
Yes. Caroline Auma says, I've enjoyed the show today. Even though I'm not married, I'm really looking forward. Pastor Nyundo, parting shot as we finish.
Yes, sir.
Parting shot.
Parting shot, I'd say this. You keep your attraction, guys. For the guys who are not married, remember, for the guys who are married, apart from and investing and cultivating in it, for now, the guys who are married and not married, self-discipline. Discipline yourself. Like we're saying, these things are there, these things will come, attraction will always be there. There will always be fine ladies, fine men who are out there.
Yeah.
But your self-discipline, you know, what motivates you, that is what will keep you, even in everything, not just a relationship, but in things to do, finances, in things to do, business, whatever it is. Self-discipline is the key thing. So when you're in this thing, keep checking on yourself. You know, am I going the right way? Am I keeping to my vision? Am I keeping to my walk of faith? Am I, you know, let there be checks and bounds. If you do not have responsibility and accountability in your life, trust me, you will never be good for anyone else. Keep that in your life. Let there be responsibility. Let there be accountability. And when you have this, you can be a good person to somebody else.
Very true.
I think that's all that I have to say, Pastor Jimo. Yes, sir.
Pastor Daniel Nyundo, thank you so much. We appreciate your company today and your words of wisdom, and may the Lord bless you.
Thank you, sir. Baraka sana. I've enjoyed being with you this morning, sir.
Awesome. Pass our love and our greetings to your wife.
I will do so.
Yes.
She'll be on soon.
Mwambie next time ni yeye tutamhoji.
Kwanza yeye ile amebeba amekuwa akipack. So she's loaded.
Oh, okay. We'll come.
Amekuwa akibuild na nini.
We will come so that we can unpack what she's been packing.
Do that, sir.
Awesome. Our time is up for today. I hope you enjoyed this conversation.
God bless.
I've got Alexa in Vihiga who's saying thank you very much for the show. I have Caroline Auma. You say you've really enjoyed the show, even though you're not married. You say you guys are making my day. I love family media, and I'm glad there's no topic left uncovered here. People should be tuned in to this radio station every day. Thank you so much. Keep telling people about the wonderful things we have here. My time is up for today. Ubarikiwe sana.
This and more of our shows, log on to www.familymediaonline.com to enjoy a wide variety of programs, from current affairs to testimonials and features, pastoral and inspirational shows, kids entertainment, and so much more. Also stream live on www.familymedia.tv.